Greeting learners. In the last few videos, we looked at the general components of a C file, identifiers and scopes. In this video, we will look at variables. Do you believe computing devices like smartphones, laptops or desktops are better than you at storing information? In a simple game like Tetris, the high scores have to be stored somewhere. That is a variable. Or if you consider a simple application like a calculator, the operands and results both are stored in variables. In this video, we will look at the definition of variables and the 5 traits which correspond to a variable. Let us look at the first topic in this. What are variables and why do we need them? A variable is an identifier through which some storage location can be accessed. The use of variables makes it easier for the programmer to store intermediate information of a process. A variable has 5 associated traits that are required to understand the functioning of a variable fully. These are name, data type, visibility, life, and default value. Let us cover each one of these individually in brief. The name acts as an identifier used to address some memory location. The data type is an indicator to tell the machine what type of data, integer, floating point, etc. will be stored and how much space should be given to the allocation. The position where the variable is declared, that is, the machine is told of the existence of it, directly dictates the visibility and the storage location. The storage location in turn decides the life and default value of the variables. Visibility indicates where the variable is allowed to be used. If the variable is not visible, an error would be generated. Life indicates how long before the variable is removed from the memory, while the default value indicates what the default value the variable would be assigned when space is given in the memory. The general syntax for creating a variable is on the screen. Keywords and initializers value are optional. You are the programmer, do not have to initialize the variable before using it. We will now look through each of these traits in detail, starting with the name of the variable. Just like you refer to objects in real life with a name associated with it, the same is true for the variables. We use the concept discussed earlier to assign a particular identifier for each variable declared in the memory. The rules discussed earlier around identifiers need to be followed for the creation of variable. Moving on to the second trait of variable, the data type. The data type is an indicator proceeding to the name of the variable. Type indicators can largely be divided into the categories of non-floating numeric type. Floating numeric types and pointers, we will be looking at pointers in a separate video. Apart from telling the machine what type of data it has to store, the type indicator also informs the machine how much storage it needs to allocate for a variable. The storage allocated depends on the type of variable, compiler and system architecture. Let us look at the visibility of variables next. If a variable can be accessed without raising any error, it is said to be visible. By access, we mean the ability to either read or write content in the memory. As we mentioned in the previous video on variables, the position where a variable is visible is dependent on the position of the statement in the C program file. In this video, we will be focusing on where a variable is available and how some keywords change their properties. The visibility of a variable is determined from the scope it was defined in as well as the line number it was first declared at. The declaration refers to the process of indicating to the system an identifier with some meaning will exist somewhere in the program. A variable is visible, that is, available for access and manipulation after the line in which it has been defined and all the subsequent nested scope within that scope. Let us see this content in execution. Consider the following example. Do you think it would execute properly? Would the value of I be printed? The above code is valid. The variable I has been defined within the file scope at line 2 and it is accessed in the block scope between lines 3 and 6. Variable I is a valid call and would result in the value of 8 being printed. What about this variation in the above code? We included a function add which sums to number 9 and 7. It prints the variable I as the output. Will this program execute without an error? No, this program will not execute. The variable I has been defined after the function add. We have the same code as the last example, but we have changed the order of the functions. Do you believe now would it be execute properly? No, it is still incorrect. This is because of the same reason as before. For the function main, the variable I does not exist yet, and thus referencing it would result in error. Life of a variable is a different, though parallel concept to visibility. The life of a variable is deeply connected with the storage location. The life indicates the duration for which memory is kept reserved for the variable. In the case of standard variables, the life of the variable is the same as that of a scope. As soon as the scope is terminated, these variables are removed from the memory. By standard variables, we mean variables that haven't been modified with keywords like extern, static and register. Let us take this sample code, where we create 4 variables I, j, k and y. Of these variables, I and k are in the file scope while j and y are at the block scope variables. Let us see the execution and what we can derive about it. As we know, memory is allocated in the data segment for I and k because they are file scope variables, and then the main function executes. It should be noted that k would only be accessible to functions after it has been defined. As the main function executes, integer j is allocated in the memory and printed on the screen. The function fun is also executed. As the function fun executes, it creates the variable y in the block scope. The variables created in the function have the same life as the function. As soon as the function is done executing, the variable is moved out of the memory. A point of note here, content stored in the data segment of a program are alive throughout the program even though they might not be visible. Content stored in the stack segment are removed as soon as the scope is exhausted. Keywords like extern, static and register change where the variable is stored in the memory or the scope they are present in, thus modifying their life and default values. We shall look through the properties of declaration and definition of these variables in a future video. Often when a variable is put in the memory, it takes on some default value. This is based on where in the memory the variable has been stored. To understand traits better, we will make a little detour to discuss how programs are executed and stored in memory. Physical memory is of the following types: registers, primary storage and secondary storage. When the program is double-clicked or executed, the executable code is loaded into the memory first, then the code is executed line by line. The memory for each program can be divided into 4 segments: stack, heap, data and text. The storage location of a variable depends on the scope it has been defined in, and if any storage modifier was used while creating the variable, storage modifiers can be the keywords auto, extern, register and static. Let us talk about the default values of each of the memory segments. The data segment initializes anything stored within it with null or 0. The text segment is used to store the binary executable instructions as well as the strings related to the program. The stack and heap, on the other hand, does not initialize its content. The variables stored here have some random value that was previously stored in the memory. We call this previous value as garbage, as the value is remnant and not pertaining to the current execution. Consider the example here. Can you tag where in the memory would I, j, k and y be stored along with the value stored in them? The variable I and k belong to the data segment and will be initialized with 0. J and y will be stored in the stack segment with values 20 and random values respectively. A summary here. The variable in the file scope go into the data segment. The default value of variable going into the data segment is 0. Block scope variable go into the stack. The default value of variable going into the stack is garbage. Please note that dynamically allocated memory goes into heap. Also note that the binary executable instructions are loaded into the text segment. In this video, we looked at variables and its numerous traits. We took a brief side step to look at how programs are stored in the memory. This is an auxiliary video discussing the data types in detail. In the next video, we will be looking at how to use variables in the C language. Thank you for watching our videos. You can find more content on programming with C on our channel. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.